All right, let's get into this tragedy in New Orleans that we're waking up to this morning, New Year's Eve. And it's giving a lot of us that AM anger or a manger. And that's part of this Eve birth for those twins that's coming. And that serpent is going to be opened up in February when the Chinese New Year comes and the dragon is finishing its power. And we see the 42 months and the 42-year-old with the driver of Shamsud Din Jabbar or whatever, but that jab on the old bar scene, and the hives will be playing out in a little bit of a different way, maybe in the Utah and the UTI with that butthole surgery with Netanyahu, but that was the UTI, and we see the UT cross-referencing here with the Salt Lake City, perhaps for the big one, because Salt Lake, Alaya Manu, Kiaki Drive in Honolulu or Honolulu, Hawaii, 2 dead, 22 injured. That connects us to that spice cabinet, and that sugar bowl is today on New Orleans also. And then we also see the Kendrick Lamar, which is the Ram all backwards for the Super Bowl LIX party, which is connecting to a clock and the X and the twin L's and such. And we see these alignments with the Trump and the X Elon now. But we have a Texas cross-reference here, and it goes to Eagles Pass, and Eagles Pass is where Elon went live. So that going live is going back to the Super Bowl LIX. And then the XI on the back side is tying to the Xi Ping for China. And he's already saying there's going to be trouble when Trump gets in there. So they have two things going on, or two things being mentioned with the Texas cross-reference with Eagles Pass is the truck coming in 2 days ago, or as early as 11/16. All right, that's a 9/11 backwards or upside down on a flip. And this guy also crossed the border. All right, so this is lining up some of those twists and turns I've told you in the past that are coming, and we were a bit ahead of the game. So as that 23 and the 24 and stuff overlap, and we're in that 47 when you add those up, and we're going into that 25 and the 48 time frame, and the darkness and the garden's been drawn up, then we can understand that the things that I've said and where these things are lining up and how it's all upon us. So that's where the Eve is giving birth, and it's showing you what's upon the earth and what's coming. And the Eve is tied to where we can see this terrorist attack with these drivers or people flipping out or whatever kind of thing, to where they have to take out the gas, or they take out all these things kind of stacked together. And then you have the Savior or the Savior for that incarnation of Christ for Elon Musk, but he's showing you as a bad dude, as a satanic figure, as this king or whatever, so you're not going to run over to him or whatever kinds of things are going to be playing out. And then you have these two other suns and dark suns or whatever set upon you for this old age, and then the new age has this sun and moon and stuff set upon you, and the people are scared to go to this new age because they're being shown this, that, and the other with 1984 and whatever else, when we might need that temporarily to get through what's been done to America in 2020, 2021, 2022, when the Corona crown was coming and the birth was coming to push out this new era, okay? So the twin 9/11 event took us from one to another type of world as a stepping stone. This will take us from the 48 to the 2048, and that will time to the end of Pluto coming in, to the 3 years after, and all those things for the next 20 years. So this is kind of like when the X-Files and all these things and the lights in the sky and all this stuff are going to come together, and overlay to bring us into that new time frame, and to where like that truther community is set upon the earth, to where Jesus, you don't have to search for Jesus anymore. He's coming right to you. And the people of the earth, the carnal people, the old age or whatever, they're going to reject Jesus. They're going to reject the new and whatever, and they're going to go to the Satan side, in a matter of speaking. All these are forces within us. Okay, we live in a liquid metal machine, and it runs on light. Everything is electric inside of you. Okay, but you're a solid state of matter. So you have like water, and then you can meet in the mind with the spirit and the air and all those things. So these four elements are all what makes this machine run. Either way, I'll get back to that. I'm having a brain fart where I was going. Either way, we need to know these things, because we are coming together with this projection of a robot, and we've been a robot walking up and down the rows and buying and tracking and selling and all these other things. So the bloodbath for that whisk key, and the cross border, the border wars, this would all be a cross reference. And we see the 10 people dead, 35 injured. I also saw 30, 5 hospitalized, and then 80,000 is Superdome capacity. So, and then at 3:15 a.m., which is also 1/8, but this is the 1/8/35 King Spirit birth in a spiritual side, and as it's born in the spiritual side, it comes through the carnal side as through the men, the Jesus or prophet people or whatever, and the church and things aren't going to like these things at first or whatever, and they're y'all get it. Y'all been following along. If you're new to this, you don't get it, and that's part of that rap and part of the rapture and giving the song that the only the certain ones know. Okay. So we see the Republican of Louisiana. The Louisiana short or abbreviation is LA. So this is tying to the LA quake. And we see the fireworks and the quake going off since, or the volcano spewing since the 23rd of December. So the fireworks, and the fireworks is spreading through the ring of fire, and all these things we've been following for since the eclipse and all these time frames. But I forget if I mentioned Kendrick Lamar, but that's the ram all backwards, and then the Rick is the rich, and the Ken is the Barbie and Ken. And that's the neck on the back side that connects to the spiritual side. So this is where the people are going to be cut off by the neck spiritually, or beheaded. The sugar bowl takes you to the U.S. on the back side in the garden. And then that game's today, and that's also the spice cabinet. The spice cabinet is tied to the spies, and then China has the spies, and all these things that have been shown throughout the past year, 2 years or whatever, that's been placed upon America as the armies have gathered. And then that shot in the arm or shot in the head, either way you end up dead, that kind of thing has been placed upon the earth, and some people can handle getting shot one time depending where it's at, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, like imagine each one a 45 Magnum, because that's actually what's been shot at you is a 45 Maga. You got the 45 magazine coming, and all these other things that's going to be playing out for that Patriot Act, the Pay-T Riot Act on the flip side for that 29/11 event that's stacking up in your nation. And then also you had the Chile mini tsunami, the Peru tsunami. These are tying into those Christmas tsunami and quakes and stuff that I told you that was set for this year. And these are just it's for the birth of these things coming, because these things send ripples out as far as eyes and ears that are following, and you're getting this birth of Eve inside you, and you need to know that you need to go with the tree of knowledge, that you have a window of heaven inside your hand, and that you can either go through it or you can't go through it. Okay? And there's going to be people coming eye to eye, the AI, with the bridegroom situation, and they're going to get freaked out, and they're going to say it's a monster and all these other things, that the image given life put upon this earth has come and it has seared your right and left arm and here and leg, hands and whatever. Okay? And then his number, his message, or his name and number, his message and way. That's the MAGA. That's where everybody's gathered. And you're in a left and right circle. The left and right wings of the dragon. Gonna flip you. Alright? As he flips you, you're gonna fall out in the sands of time and land on the back of the dragon and realize where you're at and be like, I'm high. So that's when that second coming comes and everybody realizes where they're at, and they're like, oh, just F it. And then everything just goes nuts. All right, so the Jimmy Carter, this is part of that ring being shined up, and the cemetery and the embalming fluid and all these other things. Just that's all I'm saying on that stuff, because that can go with the abomination and the holy place and all these other things. So the Red Hulk Cybertruck stuff and the Vegas explosion today also at the Trump hotel. I mentioned that Aiden Ross, and when he gave him that truck, that there could be some type of plant or whatever kind of thing, and Elon Musk going there and whatever. But all these things are kind of a cross-reference of that kind of Red Hulk, Gamma Ray, and whatever coming together. So, and then we saw Louisiana for the quake, for that tidal wave in a way, and the ramming of the people, the wave of people, the Troy Carter, that Trojan horse, and the ISIS flags being shown with it. So it's the ISIS Ra El, that's the Israel, the Egyptian god that's supposedly Hebrew and whatever. They don't even know what they're doing. It's just the blind leading the blind, just like Jesus said. Very simple. But they don't follow Jesus. They follow their cult pastor. We'll rise again, and strong more united. Strong more united, and that's the Silencer Night, the Silent Night with the Notre Dame that was singing Silent Night last night that were shown. But that's part of the 12 days of Christmas, because Christmas isn't just Christmas, and this Christmas, this whole year is Christmas. Imagine that, okay? And you've been naughty or nice and those types of things. And that nice is the freeze. And the vice. What's your vice? That's part of the vices coming up, and it's got that squeeze on things. Because they got that handle. They're gonna be sweeping and mopping and all that kind of stuff, and then dipping you back and forth into the bucket, out of the bucket, into the bucket, out of the bucket. All right, we'll just end it here because of time. I don't know if I have a number 2. I think I'd covered it all. Oh, the F-150 Ford that the truck is, that ties into the whole supposedly 150 homemade bombs. And cache or whatever, and cache the shoot, where was that at? I'm having a brain fart. I don't know if I wrote that down. Either way, yeah, I'll do a number 2. I got a whole nother thing here to do. Okay.